Hello and welcome. This is Sophia from Real Estate Career HQ. If you're thinking to become a real estate appraiser in Washington, then you'll need to pass the Real Estate Appraiser exam. This is to ensure that you have the necessary knowledge and skills to properly appraise a property. Since there are different appraiser licenses, there are distinct exam requirements for each license level. To help you get a better understanding of the exam, here are some sample questions we found in the Washington Real Estate Appraisers Program Candidate Handbook. Aiden, can you please go over the sample exam questions?
During the research of a subject property, an appraiser learns the occupants, which are the parents, have been granted a life estate by their children. What interest do the children hold in the property? A. Remainderman. B. Life tenant. C. Trustee. D. Trustor. The correct answer is A. Remainderman. The remainderman is the person who inherits property after the termination of a life estate. For trust accounts, the remainderman receives the remaining principal after the estate has been distributed. A remainder interest is a future interest a person has in an asset. A remainderman can exercise their right to use and hold property in a trust, but first, the trust must be dissolved. The life tenant can sell inherited property with the remainderman's consent. The subject property is a 10,000 square feet office building encumbered by a full-service lease with a contract base rent of $1.25 per square feet monthly. Stabilized vacancy and credit loss allowance for similar properties within the market area is 7% of PGI. The operating expense ratio for similar properties is 30% of EGI, plus reserves for replacement of 15 cents per square feet. Based on these facts, what is the projected net operating income? A. $97,650. B. $93,000. C. $96,150. D. $94,500. The correct answer is C. $96,150. The assignment is a warehouse located in an industrial park. The client requires the cost approach be completed. There are no vacant land comparables in the market area. There are 3 sales of commercial buildings in the industrial park with similar lots that the appraiser has researched extensively. The appraiser found the following information. Sale 1 sold for $1,750,000. The buyer allocated 20% of the value to the site and 80% to the value of the structure. Sale 2 sold for $1 million. The buyer was not available for verification, but the seller was available. The seller had just built the structure after holding the lot for 10 years as an investment property. He paid $100,000 for the lot and had earned 25% straight-line annual return on his investment over the cost of the structure and its entrepreneurial profit. Sale 3 sold for $3,500,000. The buyer estimated that 90% of what he paid was for the structure. What is the indicated value of the lot using the allocation approach? A. $350,000. B. $500,000. C. $135,000. D. $125,000. The correct answer is A. $350,000. The allocation method of appraising land is a technique of appraising land in which the appraiser collects information about the site values of comparable sales and establishes a ratio between the site value and the total value. The ratio is then applied to the subject property. The allocation method land appraisal assumes that similar houses in similar locations have a similar land to value ratios. The procedure is: Locate a comparable neighborhood with house sales and vacant lot sales. Determine the ratio of the land value to the total property value. Apply the ratio to the subject property to determine the land value of the subject. The allocation method should only be used when there are insufficient comparable sales to estimate the site value by the sales comparison approach to value. Allocation is usually more reliable when the improvements are relatively new. As the improvements age, the land-to-property ratio increases. Remodeled older improvements may distort ratios when compared to non-remodeled older properties. A homeowner purchased 2 adjacent lots in a tract subdivision 20 years ago and built a single-unit residence entirely on one lot, utilizing the second lot as a side yard. The homeowner has decided to build a smaller home on the vacant side lot and retain the existing home as a rental. What term applies to the second yard? A. Surplus land. B. Vacant site. C. Excess land. D. Underutilized site. The correct answer is C. Excess land. Excess land may be sold off separately from the rest of the property, so in effect, the subject property becomes 2 subject properties. Excess land may have a different highest and best use than the rest of the site. The excess land should be described in the description section, and it must be addressed in the highest and best use analysis. Further, excess land will have to be treated separately in the valuation process. An entirely different set of comparable data may be required. The value of excess land must be reported separately. Be careful about adding the value of the excess land to the value of the rest of the property, as the sum of the parts may or may not equal the whole. The subject assignment is to appraise a 1880s vintage house using the cost approach. The house has metal stamped ceilings, lath and plaster walls, which are items not easily available in today's construction. The estimated replacement cost using modern materials is $120 per square feet. Contractors charge $15 more per square feet to work on older houses. The estimated reproduction cost is $185 per square feet. What is the estimated loss in utility? A. $65 per square feet. B. $33 per square feet. C. $80 per square feet. D. $15 per square feet. The correct answer is A. $65 per square feet. While working on an appraisal of a residential property in a new home subdivision, the appraiser finds that the builders have a total of 100 home sites currently offered for sale. In measuring market demand, the appraiser notes that all of the builders are currently averaging 2 new sales contracts per month, combined, and are expecting to sell 24 homes within the next year. What conclusion could be drawn with regard to the 100 available home sites and a market period of the next 12 months? A. The market is in a condition of supply and demand. B. The market is in a condition of balance. C. The market is in a condition of oversupply. D. The market is in a condition of undersupply. The correct answer is C. The market is in a condition of oversupply. The law of supply and demand dictates the equilibrium price of a property. A low supply or housing inventory may drive prices up, which is what tends to result in bidding wars. On the other hand, when a weak economy and an oversupply of properties leads to low or no demand for housing, the prices of houses tend to fall.
Thank you, Aiden. So here are some of the sample questions on the appraiser exam. If you are really thinking to become a real estate appraiser in Washington, be sure to check out the career series on our blog. In there, we cover the steps to obtain the appraiser license, strategies to prepare for the exam, and the updated income figures. Once again, this is Sophia from Real Estate Career HQ. I hope you enjoy this video. See you next time.